morning to each and everyone, especially to our beautiful instructor, Ma'am Liberty Grace Kalimbo Luksun. For today's video, I will discussing my assigned topic was all about the stem cells to treat disease. As we go through our lives, each of us have very different needs of our own health care. Scientists and doctors are probably researching ways to personalize the medicine. Scientists and doctors are probably researching ways to the medicine personalize. One way they are doing this is researching the stem cells. Our body are made up of trillion of cells and different function like heart cells, blood cells, fat cells, liver, kidney cells, and neurons, and there are stem cells. So what is stem cells? Stem cells are undifferentiated cells with the unique ability to develop into very specialized cell types. When we say undifferentiated, it refers to the cells that does not have yet specialized or committed to a specific role within the body, meaning they do not have a specific role or function. So some cell types have the outstanding ability to multiply and transform into other kinds of cells in our body. Stem cells can be found in most tissues in adults, including the bone. And how do stem cells function? Stem cells do two functions that no other cells can do. First, they continuously renew and divide to make exact replicas of themselves. Typical or normal cells multiply and divide, but they have limited lifespan. And the second is, they're the only cells that make specialized differentiated cells to replenish or repair scientific cell types. How do stem cells work in the body? So, whenever there was an injury or or a challenge to an organ or tissue, a whole process of renewal takes place in the body to help restore the optimal health. So, soon after the injury, the affected tissue releases specific compounds that travel through the blood into the bone marrow. When the compound released by the injured tissue reach the bone marrow, when you say bone marrow, it is a spongy tissue to the bone that was bone that was. When we say bone marrow, it is a spongy inside your bones where your blood cells are when your blood cells are created. So soon after the injury, the affected tissue releases specific compounds that travel through the blood into the bone marrow. Then, when the compound released by the injured tissue reach the bone marrow, the messenger tells the stem cells in the bone marrow to divide and create new tissue. So, which are then released from the bone marrow into the bloodstream. Slowly, the number of stem cells increase the blood circulation. At the same time, the affected tissue release another compound called stromal-derived factor 1 or the SDF1 that attracts stem cells. So, SDF1 is the one to attract stem cells. How do researchers work with stem cells? The process starts with donated adult stem cells. Researchers grow with millions of cells with the goal of turning the original adult stem cells into lab-made embryonic cells or pluripotent cells. Lab-made embryonic cells are like natural embryonic cells which can turn into any kind of cells. There are two main types of stem cells, the embryonic stem cells and the adult stem cells. So, when we say the embryonic stem cells, from embryos, these cells have the potential to differentiate into any cell type in the body. So, are created from your leftover embryos that are willingly donated by the patients from fertility clinics. Unlike specific stem cells, embryonic stem cells are pluripotent also. This means that they can be grown into any kind of tissues in the body. And the next is the adult stem cells. So, adult stem cells, tissues throughout the body, these are the more specialized and can differentiate into specific cell types related in which the tissue they are found. So, as what I say, adult stem cells are found in a small number in most of your body's tissue. How do healthcare providers use stem cells to treat disease? Provider may use adult stem cells to replace damaged or abnormal bone marrow stem cells. For example, stem cell transplant to replace stem cells in the bone marrow may use donated adult stem cells. And there are the applications of stem cells in treating disease. First is the heart disease. In heart disease, the stem cells can be used to prepare damaged heart tissue after the heart attack or cause of heart failures. And the second is the eye disease. Stem cells are investigated for treating eye disorder, including macular degeneration and retinal disease. Fourth is diabetes. Pancreatic stem cells offer possibilities for treating by generating insulin product producing cells. Burns and wound healing. Stem cells play a role in regenerating skin tissue, aiding the treatment of burns and wounds. And the last is the cartilage and the joint repair. Stem cells contribute to the repair of damaged cartilage, offering hope for conditions. So, it's essential to note that stem cells therapies are still in the early stages of research, and ethical and safety considerations need careful attention. Do healthcare providers ever use embryonic stem cells? Yes, it provides may use stem cells from donated cord blood to treat blood disorders. Cord blood is the blood that remains in people's umbilical cords. And let's proceed to the importance of stem cells in treating disease. It's very important kay importance of stem cells in the treating disease. Of course, importante gid siya nga matambalan atong mga sakit nga atong masinatian para dili siya mas mulala pa or even kaning para dayon maulian ang mga sakit nga itong masinati. First is the regenerated damaged tissue. Stem cells replace or repair damaged tissues and organs, contributing to regeneration of functional cells. Next is treat degenerative tissue disease. Stem cells offer potential treatments for degenerative disease. Next is cell-based therapies. Stem cells therapies provide a platform for developing innovative treatments, including transplantation of cell-derived tissues or cells to replace those affected by disease. And the fourth is the drug testing and development. They provide a platform for testing new drugs, helping to understand their effects on human cells and improving the drug development process. And the last is versatility. Stem cells have the ability to differentiate in various cell types, making them versatile, addressing a wide range of disease. What common medical conditions affect stem cells? Well, it's your bone marrow. The soft, squishy tissue and the center of some bones make stem cells that become blood cells and platelets, which red blood cells carry oxygen throughout your body. White blood cells help fight infection. Platelets manage bleeding. Anything that affects your bone marrow can affect those blood-forming stem cells. Our body uses stem cells to replace worn-out cells when we die. For example, you completely replace the lining of your intestine every 4 days. Stem cells beneath the lining of your intestine replace these cells as they wear out. Scientists hope that stem cells could be used to create a very special kind of personalized medicine in which we could replace your own body parts with your own. Stem cell researchers are working hard to find ways in which to use stem cells to create new tissue, to replace the parts of organs that are damaged by injury or disease. Using stem cells to replace damaged bodily tissue is called regenerative medicines. For example, scientists use stem cells to treat patients with blood disease such as leukemia. Leukemia is a form of cancer that affects your bone marrow. Bone marrow is a spongy tissue inside your bones where your blood cells are created. So in leukemia, some of cells inside your bone marrow grown uncontrollably, crowding out the healthy stem cells that form your blood cells. Some leukemia patients can receive a stem cells transplant. There are new stem cells which create the blood cells needed by the patient body. Unfortunately, right now, most stem cells cannot be used to simply replace missing cells when implanted in a tissue or an organ. They rarely survive long-term and become part of the person's body, but stem cells delivered to the body have the potential to give instructions to other types of cells, and this has many positive effects. For the additional information, why is stem cells important? Stem cells are important for the work they do to build and maintain your body. More than that, they are essential to medical research. Researchers study stem cells to understand how disease happened. Researchers cultivate grown stem cells in various tissues and organs. Watching how stem cells change as they grow may help researchers to understand how this disease developed. Right now, healthcare provides use stem cells specialized qualities to treat blood cancer and blood disorders. Medical researchers are still learning how stem cells work and how stem cells therapies can treat or possibly cure disease. Always remember that stem cells are the only cells in your body that make different cell types like blood, bone, and muscle cells. They also repair damaged tissues. Now, stem cells are essential blood cancer and blood disorder treatments. Medical researchers believe stem cells also have the potential to treat many other diseases. How can I keep my stem cells healthy? There's no proven way to create and maintain healthy stem cells, but following good healthy habits may help. Eat a diet that combines lean protein, vegetables, fruit, whole grains. Don't smoke or use tobacco. Tobacco is known as carcinogen that damage cells and increase cancer risk. So overall, scientists hope that more research they can only develop specialized in specific medicine in your body, but better to understand that how body functions both when it's healthy and when it's not. And that's all. Thank you.